All right, let's talk. Let's talk CONCACAF Match Day 12, the roundup. I actually did not do a preview for this, and that's actually the first time I didn't make predictions for Match Day. But I did do a long video with my boy Football Pharaoh talking about the previous 11 match days and what could actually happen. So technically, I did do a preview. But let's talk CONCACAF World Cup qualifying where Canada, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Honduras, USA, Panama, Mexico, and Jamaica scrapped it out for 3 places plus a playoff spot. But we can now narrow those 8 teams down to 5 because El Salvador, Honduras, and Jamaica are all now eliminated, while Canada, Mexico, the USA, Panama, and Costa Rica are still alive. So, without further ado, let's talk about Match Day 12. I love talking about CONCACAF, and I know you love CONCACAF as well. So, we're not going to go through all the match days, but what we're going to do for you is let's take a look at what happened last time around in February. Jamaica lost at home 1-0 to Costa Rica. USA beat Honduras 3-0. Canada beat El Salvador on the road 2-0. And Mexico narrowly got past Panama 1-0. So on Thursday, March the 24th, we had 4 more games with Jamaica playing El Salvador, Panama facing Honduras, Mexico playing the USA. All games were drawn there. And the only game where we got a result is Costa Rica, Los Ticos, getting the better of the table toppers Canada, who lost their first game in this World Cup qualifying cycle. So, big up to the Ticos. They're on the rise. They're on the resurge, I should say. And Canada, this would just be a blip. I'm pretty sure of that. So, let's talk about these games in the exact order. Let's talk Jamaica 1, El Salvador 1. So even though I don't like clicking this, because when I go back I'll have to scroll all the way back down, it's okay. I'll do that this time around. So in this game we had Eric Zavaleta scoring in the 21st minute. That was a header. And Andre Gray in the 72nd. 1-1 for Jamaica. The first points picked up for the Reggae Boys under coach Paul Hall. I was actually saying, when Jamaica was actually losing the game up until Andre Gray scored, I was like, look at this. Jamaica got rid of Tapper Whitmore, who was actually picking up some points there at the back end of his tenure. And when I say points, I mean a 1-1 draw against the USA, a 1-1 draw against El Salvador, beating Honduras 2-0, a 0-0 draw against Canada. So, in Tapper's last 4 games in charge of the Jamaican team for the World Cup, he picked up points. He got points. And then they decided to sack him, and in 4 games since then, Jamaica have only picked up 1 point. Was it the right decision? Maybe. Well, personally, I think it was too far gone, and Tapper should have probably been left in charge. If you were going to sack him, you should have done it earlier. That's just what that's just what I think. That's just how I feel. Because I have a sneaky feeling, I know some of you guys may not agree, but if Tapper Whitmore was still in charge of this Jamaican team, Jamaica may have been still being in the hunt for a playoff spot. May. Just barely. I'm not saying they would have made a playoff. I'm just saying barely. So this was a rather disappointing World Cup qualifying campaign for Jamaica, where they have only won 1 out of 12, losing 6, and drawing 5. The 5 draws, not bad at all. But some of those draws, they could have converted into wins. Leon Bailey got an early chance. I think he should have done better with that. Mario Gonzalez had to pull off a few big saves. I think Jamaica even hit the post. Ravel Morrison outside of the post. I think they hit the post about twice. Had a few big chances that they should have converted as well. And they will feel a bit unlucky that they didn't go on to win this game. El Salvador themselves had some brilliant chances where they had to force Andre Blake into some big saves. But on home soil, Jamaica, they have always done pretty well against El Salvador. This is El Salvador's first goal on Jamaican soil in 30 years. So it's a good effort by El Salvador. They went out there and they played brave football. They took the game to Jamaica and they walk away with a point. But you have to give Jamaica the credit for this performance, though. They have looked good on the Paul Hall. I'm not going to say they don't look good because all the games that they have lost is by a narrow margin on the Paul Hall. You think the 2-1 loss to Mexico, 3-2 loss to Panama, the 1-0 loss to Costa Rica, and now a 1-1 draw. So not bad results, but still, if Jamaica were able to win 2 of those and draw 1, right now, they would have still been in with a shout for the playoffs. Not saying they would have made it, but they would have still been in with a shout. For El Salvador, even though this draw signifies a great result, it would be a disappointing result for El Salvador as well because they were still in with a shout for the playoffs. But this draw means that they are officially eliminated from CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers for 2022 Qatar. So they'll be a bit disappointed, but they'll be spirited and hopeful at the same time, seeing that they did put out a very good effort. They're on 10 points, and it was not a bad showing at all. It was not a bad World Cup qualifying campaign for El Salvador. I think they did well enough to make it to the final round coming through the preliminaries. And they actually will look forward for 2026. Them, Panama, Canada came through the playoffs, the preliminaries. So with Canada, USA, and Mexico not taking part in World Cup qualifiers for 2026, El Salvador would definitely fancy their chances where they'll be competing with the likes of Costa Rica, Panama, Jamaica, Honduras, teams like Curacao, Guatemala, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, maybe, my team, maybe. But look, not a bad effort by Jamaica, and credit goes to Paul Hall for the okay job he's done so far. Very frustrated figure in the touchline. He's done well to hide his frustration. And I have to say that Hugo Perez, man, the job that he has done with this El Salvador national team, they got to keep him in charge. They can't be impatient and they can't get rid of this guy. This guy will take this team very, very far and even maybe back at the grand event in 2026. Look, I must say that Jamaica looking to build with players like Greg Lay being more involved, Richard King, Javane Brown, and Daniel Green as well had a solid game. Likes of Mikel Antonio didn't feature because Jamaica's pretty much out, and I don't think West Ham Mikel Antonio wanna risk himself right now. So maybe after these qualifiers we'll see him again. And maybe he's not 100%. So look, you have the likes of Shamar Nicholson. Maybe he's stuck in Russia. I don't know the full extent, but it's nice to see Leon Bailey back at the national team level, and the team do have potential, and they will be looking at 2026 as well. So that's what's up for Jamaica versus El Salvador. So for both teams, the upcoming matches are Canada versus Jamaica, Sunday, March the 27th. That's going to be a rough game for Jamaica. I wish them all the best. For El Salvador, they face Costa Rica, Los Ticos at home. That's also going to be a tough one. But El Salvador we'll be looking to get something from that game. A revenge after the 2-1 loss away to Costa Rica. So we're going to keep it moving. Definitely going to keep it moving. I could talk all day about these teams. But, just want to just give you the gist of what actually happened in these games if you did not watch them. So we're going to move on to the next game, man. You see what I say about this website, man? Very clunky when it comes to getting back to exactly where you want. If you click the back button, you're supposed to get back exactly right here. So Panama won, Honduras won. And I think Panama will be kicking themselves. Thomas Christensen and his boys will be definitely disappointed with this result. And Hernan Dario Gomez will be thrilled about this one because this is the first point that he picked up as the head coach of this Honduran national team, because since they fired Fabian Coito and hired Bolillo, they've been losing. You see what I'm saying? So this is a step in the right direction for the Honduran national team, where they have been rather disappointing under the former Panamanian boss who took Panama to their first ever World Cup back in 2018. Yeah, he was in charge, but have not done a good job since he took charge of the Honduran national team late last year. But in this game, guys, Rolando Blackburn, the 23rd minute, good lofted ball over the defense. Blackburn did the rest. And Kevin Lopez in the 65th minute, the same thing. Pretty similar goals in this match. And you could see Honduras looking towards the future as well with some of the choices that they made in the team. And they would have to work on improving this effort in 2026 as well. Very, very disappointing. They didn't make it to the playoffs back in 2018, but came nowhere close to that this time around. For Panama, well, Honduras eliminated. We're not going to really touch on them too much. We're not going to get too deep into them too much because they're out. And we're not talking 2026 World Cup today. But Panama, this would be a setback for them because with this draw, even though they're still alive, they could still get a direct spot according to how other results go, right? Because they have 18 points, they could get a maximum of 24. And let's say some of the other results go in their favor, they could still qualify directly, guys. 18 points. Mexico and the USA have 22. 2 wins in their remaining games will take them up to 24, and they play the USA and Canada. You see what I'm saying? And for the USA, their other game will be against Costa Rica. So let's say the USA lose both those games. It means the Ticos would go above the USA. And for Panama, if they win both their games, they would go above the USA as well. You see what I'm saying? So if other results go their way, like let's say a Costa Rica against El Salvador ends in a draw, Panama could still mathematically qualify. Let's just make a long story short there. It's not going to all the permutations right now. We're not going to do that. Okay? But Thomas Christensen, I think, has done a stellar job with this team. But for me, this Panamanian team have been too inconsistent. Way too inconsistent. They now really lost the last game against Mexico, 0-0. Beat Jamaica 3-2. Lost to Costa Rica. And defeated El Salvador. So you see the up and down nature of this team. Came from behind to beat Honduras 3-2 in their previous game. So Honduras definitely give them trouble and lost to Canada 4-1. You see what I'm saying? Beat the USA 1-0, but lost to El Salvador 1-0. So very inconsistent outfit, this Los Canaleros team. And for them, I think they have the most difficult fixtures against the USA and against Canada. Very, very difficult. USA on the road, Canada at home. Don't think they're going to qualify directly. The only chance, I think, is via playoffs. And by the look of things, they would have to beat both these teams in order to make it to either the playoffs or directly to the World Cup. They have to pick up 2 victories, or at least, well, 2 victories, I think, because with 18 points, a win, 21 points, and a draw, 22 points, they can't catch Canada, and they won't catch the USA if they pick up a draw against them. They won't catch Mexico as well with the fixtures that they have remaining. I think they'll qualify directly. And with Costa Rica, the way they're playing right now, the fixtures are actually suiting Costa Rica, where they play El Salvador. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Panama, I'm afraid they got to pick up 2 victories, and I don't think that's happening. I really don't think that's happening. So it'll be fair to say that Panama won't be qualifying for the World Cup, and I did not predict them to qualify for the World Cup. And when we talk about Costa Rica, I'll share more thoughts on Costa Rica and their situation right now. So, look, hard luck to Panama in picking up this draw. It's their fault. They have to blame themselves. They had the win going for them until the 65th minute. They give up that lead. So whenever you give up a lead from winning positions, you have to blame yourselves. Okay? So we're not going to get it too much into lineups and personnel right about now. We're going to keep it moving. So for Panama, they do play the USA on the road. And for Honduras, their next game will be against Mexico at home in San Pedro Sula. So good luck for the already eliminated Honduras, where they will be looking to, rotate and work towards the future. So we're going to go back. We got 2 more games to talk about, and we're going to get straight into those. So let's go back to the final round, the octagonal, the change of format from the hex. And let's scroll all the way down, and let's talk about Mexico 0, the USA 0. So we don't have any goals to talk about, but I have to say the USA did create the better chances. Very, very, very good result for the USA, because they have never won at the Azteca. Got a couple draws, but majority of games that they have played at the Azteca ended in losses. So Good game by Greg Berhalter and his boys here, because missing Weston McKennie and a few other prominent figures in the team. Sergino Dest comes to mind, and they went down to Mexico and they put out a brave performance, which means that Mexico have failed to beat USA in their last 4 games. See what I'm saying? So pretty solid stuff by Team USA, who created the better chances and probably should have won this game. They should have won this game. I think Weah had a good chance. Pulisic wasn't able to take him. It's nice to see Giovanni Reina back. You had a player stepping up to fill gaps brilliantly. You think Kellen Acosta, go down and look at the 11 here. You see Kellen Acosta, Yunus Musa, and Tyler Adams in the midfield. I think this trio played for the first time together. Ricardo Pepi still struggling. Pulisic and Weah look bright, but Weah will be suspended for the next game, and so will DeAndre Yedlin. Zach Steffen back in the 11. My Man City keeper, nice to see him back in the team. Provides, a more solid backbone there in the goal, I have to say. And he is always a number 1 right now. So it was a quality performance by the USA, I gotta say. They went there, they played brave football. They actually played like they were the better team. They, you know what I'm saying? They had that psychological advantage from the previous games that they had played against Mexico. The win in the Nations League, the Gold Cup, and in the World Cup qualifiers as well. So the USA, quality performance, big point in the grand scheme of things. Mexico, look, they will be disappointed. The fans will be disappointed. 50,000 fans in the stadium will be disappointed. But this Mexican backline looks vulnerable. I can't see the Mexican team doing anything at the World Cup. It's going to be another disappointing World Cup for the Mexican national team. They will qualify. They will qualify. But they keep changing up the backline, though. I don't know if Tata Martino is like still experimenting to see his best team. But this backline is not the familiar backline that have been playing throughout World Cup qualifiers. You have Charlie Rodriguez in the midfield. He's been playing a lot for Mexico lately. Edson Alvarez and Herrera looks pretty solid there in the midfield. Up top, Raul Jimenez, Jesus Corona, and Hervin Lozano. Mexico have not been scoring enough goals. They haven't been scoring enough goals at all. And they got to work this out. They definitely got to work this out before the World Cup comes around. Because this ain't it, man. This ain't it. And their defense, too vulnerable. I've said it before. I think Memo Ochoa is forced into way too many saves. Way too many saves, man. You see what I'm saying? And when I say Mexico does not score enough goals, in their last 6 games, I repeat, the last 6 games in World Cup qualifiers, Mexico have scored 4 goals. Yeah, 4. And in that same period, they have conceded a total of 5. So in their last 3 games, they have conceded no goals. So that's a positive. They scored 1. That's not a positive. You see what I'm saying? So they got to sort things out in all departments of the field. Players have to actually step their game up. And Mexico would actually do something good at the World Cup. Maybe get past that quinto partido. So, look, for the USA, Greg Berhalter, you know, he had to tinker with his lineup, of course, and the squad and the players he called up. And a lot of people maybe not like the guys that he called up. A lot of guys from the MLS. But what else is he to do? You see what I'm saying? I think the guys went out there and they did a great job. But I have to say, the USA are not safe yet. They're second in the table, 2 games to go, 22 points, pardon me. Mexico also 22 points, 2 matches to go. But the problem is this resurgent Costa Rica team. That's the problem right here. For the USA, their 2 games are against Panama and Costa Rica. The USA absolutely, and I mean imperatively, they have to get a result against Panama, a win, and at least a draw on the road against Costa Rica. And that's, you know, they haven't played well away to Costa Rica. It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. That's all I got. It ain't looking good right now. It's very nervy. It's a very nervy finish to proceedings. The only positive here is that the USA will play Panama at home. And Greg Berhalter can't play that conservative stuff that he played down in Panama City. The US got to go out there and spank Panama, beat them off the park in Orlando. I think the game will be in Orlando. They have to beat Panama. 25 points. I repeat, 25 points would get you to the World Cup with the goal difference that the USA got currently, +9. And Costa Rica got a +2. So even if they go up against Costa Rica and they lose the game, they should still make it ahead of the Ticos. And it's that simple. It is that simple. The way the USA are playing right now, I don't see them losing both games. I don't see them losing any of these games. I think they might actually beat Panama and pick up a draw against Costa Rica and make it back to the World Cup. The USA you do not want to do an Italy. You do not want to do an Italy. That's all I'm going to say on that right now. You do not want to do an Italy. Your destiny is in your own hands. The scenario is much easier than Italy's scenario where they would have faced Portugal if they moved on from that tie with Macedonia. Stop playing around. Get what's yours. You will be in there in 2026, but you don't want to worry about that right now. You want to get the result. 2 draws won't be good enough. 2 draws may actually be good enough. 2 draws may actually be good enough. Because if you draw Costa Rica, it means that they could only get a maximum of 23 points. So I double back on that. 2 draws will be good enough. 24 points. 24 points. You may not place higher in the table than Mexico or Canada, but that would ensure you a place above Costa Rica and Panama if you pick up 2 draws, because you play both Panama and Costa Rica. You get it? So it's that simple. I don't see the USA missing the World Cup. It have to be something catastrophic for them to actually not make it. I'm going to leave it right there. For Mexico, they'll qualify. They play Honduras in their next game. They play El Salvador. They have the easiest path. They'll win both games, in my opinion. It's an early prediction for you. They'll win both games and they'll qualify for yet another World Cup. And they'll do it in front of their home fans against El Salvador. They'll officially qualify when they beat Honduras, but it's nice to have that homecoming, a feel in front of the fans to just cap it off. They might actually go on to top the table as well. Let's not count that out. They could do that. They may actually do that too. Canada, watch out for the top spot because Mexico is coming. So I'm going to leave that right there. The USA not safe. Mexico should be all right. And let's talk about the next match. Let's talk about the next match. So good performance by the USA. The Mexican team won't be happy about drawing or failing to defeat the USA once again. The USA still got the psychological advantage there. But still, a draw, a decent result. So the big one, Costa Rica. Costa Rica 1, Canada 0. I must say, I'm not going to make any excuses for Canada here. Big up to all the Canadian fans watching this right now. I'm not going to make any excuses for Canada. But Costa Rica have looked damn good lately. And they deserve the victory. But this game could have easily went in the favor of Canada, or they could have gotten a draw from this match. Because I think they still went out there and played brave football even after Mark Anthony Kaye, with his dumbass, let me just put it out there, pardon my language, got sent off in the 34th minute. I think it was very stupid and selfish of him. After that lunge that could have resulted in a red card, he should have been walking on eggshells for the rest of the game and just be calm and take his time and use his brain. Had to go and chest the opposition player. Like, what are you thinking, man? There's VAR. The referee's watching you. Why are you doing this? You see what I'm saying? But I also have to say that the referee is a bit harsh for that. You could have talked to the player. You could have talked to both players and say, hey, man, stop it, man. Stop this. You're on a yellow card. Watch yourself. You do that again, you get sent off. Maybe he did. Maybe he said it. Maybe he warned him. But I think there was an agenda here against Canada. Seriously. I'm going to say it. If nobody else said it, I'm going to say it. Costa Rica got some help. Costa Rica got some help because I think a full team, a full Canada team here would have at least walked away with a draw here against Costa Rica or even won the game because they created a lot of good chances. Canada, 18 shots, 3 on target. Richie Larea looked bright. Estacio with a couple. Jonathan David. Tajon Buchanan had a great chance. Oh my God, how he didn't score. I don't know. Hit the crossbar. Point blank range, put it over. John Herdman's men went out there and played some good football. 68% possession, 18 shots, 3 on target. Outpassed the Ticos, but the Ticos didn't need to do anything crazy because when Salvador has scored that goal, they got what they needed after having a man advantage. They got what they needed. Canada switched off. Salvador has pounced. I think Joel Campbell was damn good in the game. So let's give it up to him. He had some good chances as well that he didn't take. But Canada was sloppy on some occasions, the back passes to the keeper and everything. But Keylor Navas, man. Keylor Navas. Once he's involved, things are going to look good for Costa Rica. For Luis Fernando Suarez and his boys, it wasn't looking good for the first half of the campaign, but they have really picked things up. Lokesha Fuller, I think he had a great game. Kendall Waston had a solid game. Joel Campbell looked revitalized, I gotta say. And Brian Ruiz, who came off the bench, you gotta give him a lot of credit for what he's done throughout World Cup qualifiers. But Canada, I think, was a bit unlucky not to get something from this game because of the chances that they carved out for themselves. But they are missing Alphonso Davies. Mark Anthony Kay got sent off. And they had the odds stacked up against them where they have not really played well in Central America historically, but have turned that form around during these World Cup qualifiers. And I thought they would have actually done something like that again. And with a point, they would have actually clinched a place at Qatar 2022. Now, they haven't clinched as yet, officially. They haven't clinched officially. But with 25 points on top of the table and a goal difference of 13, they would have to lose really, really badly in the last 2 games against Panama and Jamaica for them not to qualify directly. Costa Rica could get a maximum of 25 points. Don't think they're going to end with a plus 13 goal difference. Don't think that's going to happen. So it is safe to say that, not officially, but Canada have qualified for the 2022 World Cup with 25 points. Only the USA and Mexico can get more than 25 points right now. Canada are guaranteed at least a playoff spot to face, most likely, New Zealand. At least guaranteed a playoff spot. I think they will qualify directly with their upcoming match being against Jamaica. Let me just put that out there. Canada are going to get at least a draw against Jamaica. Jamaica nah beat Canada. It nah happen. I just want to put that out there. And you guys know I'm spot on with that one. It's not happening. So congratulations to Canada despite losing to Costa Rica. But let us talk Costa Rica. We've talked enough about Canada. They played well. They played brave football. Got to give it to them. They got some things that they need to polish up. And it's nice seeing a few new youngsters coming off the bench as well. Ishmael Kone, Ike Ugbo, Junior Hoylett look bright off the bench. Canada are building, and they will make it to back-to-back World Cups 2022 and 2026 after first debuted in 1986. So Canada are back, baby. I'm going to just leave it right there. Let us talk the Ticos. Let us talk Luis Fernando Suarez and Ticos. Keylor Navas. That is the man. That is the man that's responsible. Keylor Navas, Joel Campbell, Brian Ruiz to a lesser extent, All these guys are responsible, but Keylor Navas is the reason. Their last 4 games in World Cup qualifiers, no goals conceded, none. 3 wins, shithousing their way back into contention to qualify for the World Cup. 1-0 Panama, 1-0 Jamaica, 1-0 Canada, and 0-0 against Mexico. They did defeat Honduras 2-1. They got their revenge against Canada after that 1-0 loss on the road. But their last 5 games, Costa Rica with 19 points right now have picked up 13. 13 points in their last 5 games. That's what you call a turnaround. That is what you call a turnaround. That is what you call a turnaround. And I'm going to say this right now. With El Salvador and the USA to play, Costa Rica beating El Salvador. Let me just put it out there. Even though El Salvador have been a spirited outfit, Costa Rica are beating El Salvador, and that result, and I don't think that they're losing the game against the USA. Costa Rica are making the playoffs, at least the playoffs, and if they do face New Zealand, they qualify for the World Cup. Costa Rica, I'm going to make the prediction right now, are qualifying for the World Cup. Did I predict them to make it to the World Cup? I can't remember my predictions for CONCACAF. I know Mexico, the USA, Canada, and I may have called Costa Rica correctly. Maybe. I'm not going to take credit for something I'm not 100% sure of, but maybe. That's the situation right now. That's the situation. I'm going to leave it right there. Quality performances by the Ticos. Canucks in Canada, they should be okay. It should be okay. Let's take a brief look of what's coming up. Let's look at what's coming up. I look to drop something on the games for Sunday, like a small preview. Canada versus Jamaica, El Salvador versus Costa Rica, the USA versus Panama in a crunch match. Both teams still alive, and Honduras versus Mexico. So the only game where both teams are still alive is the USA versus Panama fixture. Big game for the USA. A win, qualify for the World Cup. I think a win would qualify them. I think a win would be good enough. A win would definitely eliminate Panama, because Costa Rica are gonna beat El Salvador. Is this a small preview right now? No, it's not. But just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So I should make a little preview right now, but I'm not going to do that. The video have gone 38 minutes already, so, you know, that's enough. That is enough. So, guys, that's my thoughts on the CONCACAF Match Day 12 World Cup qualifying results. Jamaica won. El Salvador won. Costa Rica 1, Canada 0, USA 0, Mexico 0, and Panama 1, Honduras 1. Thanks for watching. I'm your boy Dominic Rich. Appreciate you guys coming on the World Cup qualifying journey with me. Guys, I've taken 2 weeks off from work. 2 weeks off to watch the World Cup in December. I could be doing anything else with that 2 weeks, but I'll be home for 2 straight weeks, unless something changes, to watch the 2022 FIFA World Cup hosted by Qatar. Thank you very much. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you haven't yet done so. And until next time, from your boy Dominic Rich, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. Let me know if I forget any major talking points in the comment section down below. Guys, remember, watching all these games simultaneously. I didn't write down any notes. Let me know if I miss any big talking points, okay? So from your boy Dom, until next time, peace out. I said that already, right? I did. I did.